from the first small scouts to the high-tech giants of today. Let's look at every Japanese tank ever built and see how they changed over time. To kick things off, here is interwar era, 1919 to 1938. Type 87 Chi-1. Debuting in 1927, this first homegrown tank was a massive milestone. It set the stage for all Imperial designs that followed in the early 20th century. Type 89 1-Go. The world's first mass-produced diesel tank. It saw heavy action in 1930s Manchuria. Its engine was incredibly advanced for the early interwar period. Type 92 Cavalry tank, designed for speed and scouting. This small vehicle supported cavalry units and focused on mobility over heavy protection. Type 94 Tankette, a tiny and very simple design. It was mostly used for hauling supplies or reconnaissance across difficult terrain. Up next, Type 95 Ha-Go. As the backbone of 1930s mobile forces, this fast tank blitzed through Malaya. However, it struggled immensely against heavier Allied armour later on. The next one, Type 97 Chi-Ha, Japan's most iconic medium tank, famously used across China and the Pacific. Its low-velocity gun supported infantry, but lacked punch against enemy tanks. Type 97 Teke, a refined evolution of earlier tankettes. It relocated the engine to the rear, providing the crew with more space, improved ergonomics, and noticeably better overall operating comfort. Type 91 Heavy, an experimental multi-turreted heavy tank. It looked very intimidating, but the design was already becoming outdated before it finished testing. Type 95 Heavy, a slightly better version of the multi-turreted heavy concept. Only a few were ever built because the focus shifted toward more mobile tanks. Type 97 Chi-Ni. This was a cheaper and lighter alternative to the main medium tank design. It lost out in the trials because it just was not as capable as its rival. Next, Type 98 Chi-Ho, a prototype designed to improve upon the standard medium tank. It tested new suspension systems that would eventually help later models in the field. Now let's look at World War II, 1939 to 1945. Type 97 Shinhoto Chi-Ha. Upgraded with a high-velocity 47mm gun, this variant fought desperately at Corregidor. It was a vital response to increasingly thick American tank armor. Now this is the Type 1 Chi-Ha, an evolution of the medium tank design. It had better armor and a more powerful engine to help it keep up on modern battlefields. Type 1 Chi-Ni, another experimental medium tank intended for easy mass production. It prioritized cost and simplicity over raw combat performance, sacrificing armor and firepower to speed manufacturing and reduce resource demands. Type 3 Ki-Nu, built to counter American Shermans, this tank held a powerful 75mm gun. It was kept in Japan for the final defense and never saw combat. The next one, Type 4 Chi-To, a sophisticated late-war savior intended to turn the tide. Only two were completed by 1945, far too late to reach the front lines. Then, Type 5 Chi-Ri. This ambitious project featured an experimental semi-automatic loader. A massive opponent, it remained a prototype in Japan as the war ended in 1945. Type 98 Keir-Ni. Designed to replace aging light tanks, it featured a lower profile and a more reliable suspension, improving overall mobility and cross-country performance. Type 2 K2. An improvement on the light tank line. It featured a more powerful engine and a better gun, while remaining very light and agile. Type 3 Keir-Ri. A light tank prototype, fitted with a larger caliber gun. It was an attempt to give small units more punch, but the turret was very cramped. Type 4 K-Nu. This was a hybrid design. It combined a light tank chassis with a surplus medium tank turret to rapidly boost firepower for frontline service. Type 5 K-Ho. The final attempt at a modern light tank. It was a well-balanced design with decent armor and a good gun for its small size. Type 98 Ta-Se. This was an early attempt at a self-propelled anti-aircraft gun. It used a light tank chassis to provide mobile protection against enemy planes. O-1 Super Heavy. A legendary 150-ton moving fortress designed to defend the home islands. It featured multiple turrets and incredibly thick steel plating, to shrug off shells. Up next, Type 2 Kami, an ingenious amphibious tank using detachable pontoons. It saw unique service during the 1944 Battle of Saipan and other Pacific Island hopping operations. Type 3 Kachi, based on the Chi-He chassis, this massive amphibious tank could navigate rough seas. Designed for long-range naval landings in the mid-1940s, it featured large detachable pontoons, a reinforced hull, and specialized propulsion systems for ocean-capable amphibious operations. Type 5 Taku, the ultimate amphibious tank prototype. It was heavily armed and armored, but the war ended before it could ever be deployed. Next on the list is Early Cold War, 1946 to 1970. STA-1, Japan's first 1956 post-war prototype, featuring a very low profile. Its layout was heavily influenced by American Patton tanks, supplied during the early Cold War. STA-4, the final prototype in the STA development series. Earlier, STA-2 and STA-3 prototypes existed, but were largely similar in layout and appearance, so this version focused on refining the engine and transmission to improve overall reliability for field use. Type 61, Japan's first post-war production tank, entering service in 1961. It was sized for narrow domestic railways and armed with a powerful 90mm rifled gun. Next up, Late Cold War, 1971 to 1991. STB-1, a high-tech 1960s prototype featuring advanced hydropneumatic suspension. This allowed the vehicle to tilt and lean, taking superior shots from behind hilly cover. STB-5, a late-stage prototype that looked very close to the final model. It underwent rigorous testing to prove it validated the final design for the next tank. Type 74, the Cold War mainstay of the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force for decades. Famous for its adjustable suspension, it could peak over hills while keeping the hull safely hidden. Type 74, the Cold War mainstay of the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force for decades. Famous for its adjustable suspension, it could peak over hills while keeping the hull safely hidden. Type 90, a world-class 1990s MBT featuring a rapid-fire autoloader. It was so advanced that experts once considered it the premier tank on the entire planet. And our last category is modern era, 1992 to present. Type 90, a world-class 1990s MBT featuring a rapid-fire autoloader. It was so advanced that experts once considered it the premier tank on the entire planet. Up next, TKX. This 2000s testbed paved the way for the Type 10. It pioneered modular ceramic armor and advanced C41 networking capabilities for modern digital battlefields. Type 10, Japan's most advanced modern MBT, entering service in 2012. It features modular armor, cutting-edge electronics, and advanced networking systems, allowing it to remain light, extremely fast, highly maneuverable, and incredibly lethal on the modern battlefield.